2, 1. Welcome to another edition of Fantasy Update. We've made it through another week. There's some pretty crazy games and some pretty crazy outcomes. Let's start off with the top news story of the hour. You know what that is?
I'm in suspense.
James changed his team name.
Oh!
It went from Team McMahon to Fantasy Football Team. Very nice.
I love it.
You can just tell he sat down, poured himself a nice little glass of wine, put on some Kenny G, and just thought about this.
Stared at himself in the mirror for probably 14 hours.
And just said, "Who am I?" over and over again. And at the end of it, he said, "I am Fantasy Football Team." And there you have it.
Got it.
That's all of the top news. So let's just go into our matchups from last week.
All right. First matchup of this week, we have OBJYN over It's Miller Time, 138.9 to 120.3. High scoring affair here. Brett's team came away with a win. DeMarco, Blunt, and OBJ carried Brett's team to a victory over the defending champ here. The trio combined for 72 points between the three of them. It's a pretty scary team right now. I don't think anyone feels good going into a week against Brett's team, and I think it's, again, we say it week after week, but the road to the Joey Marsh Cup, it's going through Brett's team, so beware for that.
Yeah, it was a tough week. I had some hope after the regular games on Sunday. I had a chance to win it, but then Blunt went out and scored 3 touchdowns, so there's not really much you can do after that. But the Breeze Cooks connection was strong, like always. Breeze 21 points, Cooks 17.3. Devontae Adams got 156 yards. He looked good, and Delaney Walker tore it up against the Packers, 124 yards and a touchdown. So at least still have some bright spots to come out of this dark week and this loss. And Jerry is playing Brett next week without his top player Melvin Gordon, so it's going to be another tough week to take down Brett. But, miracles can happen. Upsets happen all the time, so we'll see. And with that, we'll move on to Morning Woodhead's matchup. He scored 90.8 points against Fantasy Football Team. 70.8. Not a very good inaugural matchup for you, James. But like I said, Melvin Gordon tore it up like always, 15.7 points. Julius Thomas, 11.4 points. So they stepped up, got Jerry the win. Cam was on the bench with 23.8 points, but it didn't matter. He still got the win. So,
Yeah, this was a tough loss for James here. Team fighting for a playoff spot. Just didn't come to play this week. Fantasy Football Team would have loved to come away and kind of cement its case for the playoffs. Gronk had an off game this week, kind of hindered the team's performance. You pair that with Ryan Matthews on the bench with 26 points. Would have earned James a win this week. But he earned himself the fuck of the week.
You done fucked up. Idiot.
All right. Moving along to our next matchup, we have Why Did I Draft Golden Tate over Julio Gonna Call, 103.3 to 85.1. Nice win for Joey despite dealing with some key players on bye this week. Doug Baldwin was feeling himself. Put up 26 points against the Pats. Always nice to see. And Dan Bailey, the kicker, coming through with a clutch performance of his own with 14 points. So
pretty nice.
Nice win for team. Why Did I Draft Golden Tate? Took it to Chris this week. Nice work, Joey.
Yeah, and Julio Gonna Call kind of had a low-scoring affair this week. Le'Veon Bell got 29.9 points, so that's pretty nice, over a third of the points for Chris there. You got 2 touchdowns. It's pretty great. Julio stepped up, 18.5 points, but the Green Bay defense just getting torn up by the offensive powerhouse, Tennessee Titans. -6 points. So that's not going to win you any games. And Chris is now 4-6. It's a little bit of a fall from grace. He was up there in the power rankings for a bit this year, but he's kind of trending in the wrong direction.
3-game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Oof.
It's rough.
So, I don't know, Chris. Maybe you got to start making some moves, making some waiver pickups.
Just be better.
Just be better.
Be you, but be a better version of you.
Yeah.
Do that.
Exactly. All right. So, next matchup. Diggs out for Harambe, 112.1 points against Dak to Life, Dak to Reality, 82.9. And AJ Green had a nice matchup. He's been having a crazy season, 16.3 points, which is great for him. Stephon Diggs, 22.9, so that was nice as well. He got 164 yards. And then Tyrell Williams, he's stepping up on the Chargers, 125 yards and a touchdown. And they did well enough to get John the win against you.
Yeah, it wasn't a very tall order this week. Only 82.9 points. I'd like to take a moment here and just send out a message. I know he's watching this, but I want to say, Earth to Brandon Marshall, dude. What the hell are you doing? You're killing my fantasy team this year. I still love you, but dang, he is killing me.
Forgetting Brandon Marshall.
Just an abysmal season, and it really culminated this week. I think he had less than 4 points. Just a rough showing. But some bright spots. Newly acquired Steve Smith Sr., along with Kenny Britt, turned in a solid pair of performances, 14 points apiece. So it's the kind of production I want to see out of my wide receivers, Brandon. Just take a note from them. Still love you, but damn.
Yeah, those are some nice pickups.
And of course, trade John Diggs goes off against me, per usual. Figures, but
John also has Christine Michael, who is now on the Packers. So we'll see what happens there. It could be good, it could be bad, or neither. It's probably one of those three. But
I agree.
It should be interesting.
All right, enough of that game. Moving along, we have Brown versus Board of Education over Zeke Leak, 120.5 to 103.9. Just an absolutely prime performance from Mark's team this week. Rodgers and Brown combined, 27 points each. So your big players step up in big games, and I think
big players make.
I think he's still in the hunt. He's 4-6, 5-5 is kind of the place to be at right now. He's only a game behind that playoff spot. You never know. Down the stretch, it could be exciting to watch. So I'm looking at Brown versus Board of Education here to make a late playoff push. I've been saying it all season. He's gonna do it.
Yeah,
he's gonna win out.
We've been saying he's got a good team. They just have been unlucky. Mark, you're probably gonna have to win out, and you're probably gonna need some teams to lose, but you're not out of it yet. You could do it. You're not like Ben over here. He's done. He's donezo. But yeah. All right. Zeke Leak. He had a pretty nice game. 103.9. That would have won. That performance would have beat a lot of other teams in our league. But yeah, it was all Zeke. He got 39.9 points, 114 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's eating. Yeah, he's so good. And Jeremy Hill got a touchdown, which is nice. So, he had a decent showing, at least from those guys. But he also had Willie Snead with 19.2 points and 2 touchdowns, as well as CJ Prosise, running back for the Seahawks, 18.8 points there on his bench. Could have won him the game, but what can you do?
Be better.
Be better. That's the motto of this week.
Yeah.
All right. Next matchup. Ben's Burgers, 136.7 points against This Girlie's On Fire, 89.6 points. And you know what that sound is? Blowout of the week. Nice job, Mike. You had a very nice game. Marcus Mariota, 28.6 points, 4 touchdowns against the Packers. Just tearing it up, making the Pack look bad. It was rough to watch. David Johnson, 24.6 points, just still dominating every week. Jordy Nelson, 126 yards and a touchdown, so I'm sure he was happy about that. And Larry Fitz, 19.3 points, 133 yards, so just another showing with Fitz.
Doing it for years.
The old guy's still tearing it up out there, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and for John Brown's team, This Girlie is not on fire. Man.
She's doused.
What a bust this year. And I can't really talk because I had two of the biggest busts in Brandon Marshall and DeAndre Hopkins on my team. But goddamn, Girlie is just not achieving where his owners would have liked this year. Not even close.
I don't know what happened, but
I just think the Rams are just such a shitty team. But so not good to see. Sucks that Girlie hasn't done much this year. Hopefully he can get it together, put something the next couple of weeks. But I'd like to give a special shout out to Dez Bryant. 20-point game, big time touchdown in real fantasy wise and real life football. Clutch performance the day after his father passed away. So special shout out to Dez Bryant. That's really inspiring stuff. So
yeah,
for all of those fantasy owners that want to be better, just be like Dez Bryant.
Just be like Dez. All right, one news announcement or a little info tidbit
For your information.
FYI. That's what I'm looking for. FY. I'm in love.
Why?
Trade deadline for our league, November 23rd. That's Wednesday. Next Wednesday, at 11 a.m. cuts off. So anybody trying to make any last second trades, that's when it's done.
Everyone's for sale. Come talk to me.
Yep. So
Cleaning house.
just throwing it out there, just letting everyone know. Don't want anyone being bummed out when they try to make a trade on the 24th or something. So, all right. Coach of the week?
Ah, yes, the coach of the week. The cow, if you will.
The cow.
The cow, if you will. Not a lot on the notepad here. I just have Mark with an exclamation mark. Mark! Nice job. You was 98% of your points. Showed this week. You had a great week, a solid win. Great performance by your team. Like I said, I'm picking you to go to the playoffs, buddy. So you better not make me look like an idiot on
National television. Millions of viewers are tuning in. So, yeah, that'd be bad.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, Mark, we're pulling for you. We'll see. All right. Next up, power rankings updated. There might be a lot of movement since we didn't do them last week. But the top 2 spots haven't changed. Possibly top 3.
Top 3, yeah.
Top 3 spots. Number 1, Brett. Number 2, me. Number 3, Johnny Kells. All right. Number 4, it's Mike. He's had some nice wins. His team's performing. He put up, 130-something?
136.
36.7 points. He's looking good. But he's 5-5, I believe. So there's a lot of teams that are 5-5.
There's a whole slew of teams in the middle there.
Lots of things can happen. All right, number 5, James. He got the win this week, right? Didn't he? No, he lost. Bro. You lost. How could I forget? You're still at number 5 though. And I did notice that you have 4 players on bye in your starting lineup currently right now, so you're projected like 30 points this week. So
by the time this comes out, if you didn't change him, you probably lost.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see next week if he's still at number 5. I predict he'll be a little lower. Number 6, the underdog, Jerry. He's made it into the upper half. Who would have thought? He's lost so many players.
Climbing his way back.
Yeah, and he's
Scratching
5
and
and
clawing.
5 as well. He could do it too.
He's fighting for that playoff spot.
Just riding on Melvin Gordon's coattails, and I'm kind of pulling for Jerry. I think Jerry might get that 4th playoff spot. We'll see, but that's
Does that
my
mean you
prediction.
think you can beat him or what?
No comment.
Dude, Jerry, that was a diss. Don't.
I didn't say anything.
Don't.
All right, number 7, Mark. We already said we like your team. You going places. We'll see what happens. Number 8, Chris. You've been dropping, bro. Get your shit together.
Step up.
Number 9, JoJo. Big boy JoJo. Yeah. Number 10, Nicholas. Number 11, Benji. Number 12, John Brown. So there you have it. Our current power rankings. So, it's time for our next feature. Our last feature, the game of the week. This week, the matchup is Brown versus Board of Education versus Diggs out for Harambe. John Keller is 7-3. Mark is 4-6. But
For long.
I think Mark is going to get that win. He's going to pull the upset. He's got all the momentum right now. He's got Aaron Rodgers, who's just been lighting it up lately. He's been killing it. Spencer Ware and Jay Ajayi, both of them are doing really well at running back. And then the biggest thing, Antonio Brown. Not only an amazing football player, they're playing against the Browns this week. So expect him to get lots of points.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to talk about a quarterback that's been lighting it up, look no further than Tom Brady. He's the fucking electrician. He's lighting this shit up so much. It's insane. MVP favorite. He missed the first 4 games of the season. Doesn't matter. He had a little off game last week, but he's going to bounce back. They're playing San Fran. It's going to be a fucking slaughter. And Stephon Diggs. Damn. He's really turning it on late in the season here for John's team. 34 catches in the last 3 games. It's a lot of points, folks. It's a lot of points. So look for Diggs to continue his role. And Greg Olsen,
Greg.
division game, prime time this week. Rough outing last Sunday. Look for him to turn it around. He's a leader. He's going to get his team fired up. He's going to be fired up. He's going to get in the end zone at least once. So it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be close, but I think John will pull away with a win here. But I don't know. Who knows? Just kidding. John's got it. It's a lock.
Mark, I believe in you. All right. And with that, I think that covers everything.
We covered everything you'd want to hear. I mean,
It's nothing else.
nothing else.
All right. Stay tuned for future updates. And, should get exciting pretty quick with the playoffs coming up. It'll be good.
I'm excited.
Me too. All right.
Right.
Bye. See you next week.